Hi Shamsi, welcome to our world. I hope your son is doing good. Basically, you are a terrific 2020-21, but you couldn't rise up to expectations during the early India when you toured India. So, what kind of, how differently have you planned for this India tour, and how big a challenge is for a spinner to contain the batsmen who really express themselves in T20?
Thank you very much. Well, the last time we were here, we drew the series 2-2, so I'm not sure what the first part of the question was. But you know, for us, nothing changes. We prepare exactly the same as we always do for whatever series whichever team we're playing against, and it's going to be the same this time around as well.
I was talking about your personal form, actually. I mean, personal form. So basically, how do you, when batsmen express themselves in T20 cricket, how do you plan to contain them? What kind of preparations you have?
No, that's fine. I was happy with my personal performance. At the end of the day, we were a bowling unit, and we were very happy with the way we went, so I see no issues with that.
Perfect. Who would like to take the next question?
How challenging it will be against repeat batters, and how do you enjoy bowling in these pitches? How do you?
Yeah, it's always a good challenge when we play against India. You know, they just come off against a good series win against Australia. And us as well, you know, the last time we were here, we had a good series. So I think it's going to be a very good series. It's going to be hotly contested. And yeah, whichever team plays well is going to be the winners. For me personally, I love coming to India and performing here. And I'm trying to, you know, I'm going to be trying to do my best once again.
Great. Who's next?
And what about your World Cup expectations? This is the last series before World Cup, and what about your expectations in World Cup coming World Cup?
I think our expectations are the same. Like I mentioned earlier, whichever series that we go and play, we always expect ourselves to do good stuff in the series and try and win. So I think it's pretty much going to be the same this time around. Obviously, there is a World Cup coming up. So we might be experimenting with a few things as well, which is normal for all the teams. You know, obviously the World Cup is the first priority. Not to say that this series is not important. This series is also very important for us. But you know, like the Indian team, we're also going to be keeping one eye on the World Cup and preparing accordingly.
What is your view on MCC legitimizing run out at the non-strikers end? Will you try it, or do you think more such dismissals happening in the future?
Look, my views on that has been quite public. For me, it's a pure case of, you know, if bowlers have to keep their foot behind the line, batsmen should do the same as well. I think there's no controversy about that. The rules are there, and both sides need to play fair.
Thanks. We'll just take a couple from online. We're going to go Kartik, then Sanele, then Nathan.
Yeah, hi Tabraiz. Personally, from a bowling point of view, you had a fairly difficult series a few months ago when you came to India. What are the kind of learnings you took back about bowling two Indian batters on Indian pitches that you'd like to implement this time?
I don't think anything changes much. It was just a few balls that wasn't executed properly. But from that point of view, I'm not too worried. Like I mentioned, you know, we're a bowling unit. On some days, some guys will be off the mark. On the other days, those guys will, you know, do well. So from that point of view, I don't think anything changes. A couple of sixes here and there makes no difference, especially in T20 cricket.
Thanks. Sanele?
Thank you so much. Hi, Tabraiz. Please talk to us about what the mood is like in the camp at the moment, and looking forward to the World Cup, which is just not too long from now. What kind of things would you guys be looking to work at going into the World Cup now at this time when you're going to be taking on India?
Yeah, look, the mood in the team is really good. Obviously, we just arrived recently. The guys are quite excited to be back together as a South African cricket team. And obviously playing against India is always nice. It's a good challenge. And this team has been about that, about overcoming the challenges that we faced. And yeah, leading up to the World Cup, obviously there's a few things that the captain and the coaches might want to tinker with and play around with. And that's okay. So yeah, it's just about fine-tuning little things that they see fit. And yeah, being ready for the World Cup. But having said that, this series is also quite important, and we're here to try and win this series as well.
Thanks. Sanele has asked Nathan's question, so I think we are done with the online component. Are there any last questions from the floor?
Impressions on the new South African T20 league is good things.
Sorry?
The new South African T20 league, how do you look forward to it? And how is it going to change the South African cricket?
Yeah, I think it's quite an exciting thing happening in South African cricket, like the IPL has changed the landscape of Indian cricket in the past. I think it's going to give a lot more opportunity to players to be seen overseas, and for them to be able to showcase their skills on a bigger level. So yeah, at the moment our focus, mine personally, is on the World Cup ahead. But yes, it will be very, very exciting for South African cricket and us as players as well.
Thanks. We do have one last one online from Ken. Ken, if you just want to unmute your device. So, just one moment. There we go, we can hear you, Ken.
Yeah, sorry, just sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Sorry, just yeah. Shaba, how's it? Thanks, Lucy. Tabraiz, obviously you mentioned having one eye on the World Cup ahead in Australia. As a spinner, how different is it bowling on Indian pitches compared to what you're expecting to face in Australia?
How's it, Ken? Yeah, obviously it is quite different. The pitches will be different in Australia, and especially the ground sizes as well. The boundary sizes in India tend to be on the smaller side, whereas we know in Australia they're a lot bigger. So as a bowler, it is quite different. But then again, there's always things that you can work on, and we have a great opportunity to be bowling at these Indian batsmen. Obviously, they are going to be in our group as well in the World Cup. So the way I see it, for me personally, it's just an opportunity to be able to bowl against the guys and observe, and maybe pick up on one or two things that I could maybe utilize at the World Cup against them.